Hey, peace and blessings, love and light, and welcome to another edition of Redefining Authenticity. We're back. Guess who's back? What? Guess who's back? All right, I am your co-host, Kim Martin Raymond, your toolbox essentialist and founder of Redefining You LLC. Who you is?
Peace and love to you all. Peace, Carisha. Thank you for joining us every week, baby. Thank you for being there. And I am Sheronda L. Barksdale, the vision specialist, to help you clarify your vision for your life and authentically your expressions, where we're helping you live your most authentic life. Peace, Veronica. Thanks for joining us again. We love y'all. Make sure y'all click that like. Make sure y'all click and subscribe. Make sure you're sharing to your pages so that people know we're here. We love you. Mwah.
Yes. All right. So we have a 3-part series that we are going to be starting with you guys. Wow! It is a 3-part series and it is entitled You Have the Right to. Okay. And we're going to be talking about some things that in your wellness journey, in your life, in every aspect of your life, you have a right to certain things. Okay. And those things are going to help you to be the best possible you that you can be because it gives you permission to be and do those things that are going to move you into that or to allow you to step into that space. So this is going to be part 1 of that series. So I'm excited about that. Aren't you excited, Sheronda? Tell me about how excited you are about it.
I'm so excited. Oh my God. I'm so excited. It's some stuff that we came across online that we were like, yo, this is in the line of what we're talking about in our show. So why shouldn't we share this with y'all and empower you with this information? So let's go, Kim.
Yes, we're going to go. We are going to go. Let's get you guys started. Hold on. There we go. We're going to be talking about what you have a right to. Okay. And the first thing that you have a right to is you have a right to ask for what you want. Okay, as you can see up there on the screen, for those who can see the screen, I have Matthew 7:7, because we're all biblical like that. Okay, ask and it shall be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open.
Period.
Okay, we have to be in this position to ask for the things that we want.
Period.
And sometimes we don't do that. We don't ask for those things that we want. We just expect that people just know our plight or they know what's going on and they're just supposed to fall in.
Yeah.
What do we always hear? That saying, closed mouths don't get fed. And it's so true. Closed mouths don't get fed. If we don't ask for the things that we want, or if we don't, start telling people about those things, we can't expect that they're going to fulfill them. Yeah. Especially when you're talking about relationships, right, Sheronda? Relationships are one of those things that's a big one. People don't ask for what they want. They just assume that, oh, well, I'm with that person. They're supposed to
know.
And they don't. I'm going to ask anyway. That's how the arguments start. That's what they talk about. When you talk about relationships and talk about lack of communication, because we always assume that people know what it is that we want.
Yes.
Or what it is that we need without asking for it. Well, they know. They right there. They see me going through this and that. That means nothing.
That means nothing. They got their own life going on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's my thought on that. Ask for those things that you want. Seek for those things that you want. Again, closed mouths do not get fed. What are your thoughts on that, Sheronda?
For me, it's like, first of all, do you know what you want? That's the bigger problem. Half of the time, people don't even know what the fuck they want. You don't even know what you want to be able to ask for what you want. You have to know what you want from life. As a vision specialist, part of what I do as a life coach is help you develop what you actually want.
Right.
We make a lot of excuses and reasonings and why we can't have exactly the life that we desire. But what does that say? Ask and it will be given unto you. Seek and you will find it. Knock and the door will be open to you. Those are actions. Ask is an action. Seek is an action. Knock is an action.
Right.
And if you don't put in the action behind what you actually want, how do you even begin to ask for it? That's why
Yeah.
y'all are in relationships that feel lost. Or I don't understand why this isn't working.
Hmm.
I don't understand why this person can't provide what I need. Because you don't even know what you want. You
Yeah.
don't have directions. Kim talks about this over and over again about the GPS. If you can't set a destination, that GPS will take you from here in Atlanta to motherfucking California just because
Right.
you don't know you just want to go around the corner. You don't even know. You don't
Right.
even know because you have not given a clear sign and a clear direction of what you want. What I'm grateful to be in my second relationship. I
Hmm.
miss my husband dearly. I miss him. And if I could pull him back from the other side, I probably would. Because we was developing a very good life. But
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with the truth. The truth is he's not here. And I'm in a new relationship. And guess what I got to do with this new relationship? Ask for what I want. So the development that I discovered in my previous one, and guess what? Some of y'all are dusty as hell and old. And there's anybody 40 plus. I'm gonna give you 40 plus. Some of y'all are 30s,
Okay.
I don't have much for y'all either. But once you hit 40, there has to be an idea of what you want from life. And when you connect with someone and you want to be in a new relationship with someone, you should be able to know what you want. When you walk into a job, you should supposed to know what you want. When you walk into Kroger, you're supposed
Okay.
to know what you want.
Okay.
When you look at yourself every day, you have to wake up knowing, what do I want from this day? Will we always get everything we want? Not
Yeah.
necessarily, but you have to speak forth. The more you can call forth of what you want from that day, from that person, that business relationship, right, Kim? From that,
Yes.
that intimate relationship, if you have a desire and a clear thought about what you want, you get it.
That's
It
it.
gets so close to exactly what it is that you desire the most simply because you have an idea of what you want and then you ask for it.
That's it. And you're out, and you're also validating yourself, Sharonda. At that point, you're validating. You're showing self worth. You know,
Oh,
I deserve these things in my life. I deserve this for me. So
mhm,
I'm going to ask for it. Sometimes we don't ask for that raise. Sometimes we don't ask for that job. Well, I don't think that I'm deserving of it.
mhm,
When we begin to ask and affirm those things that we want, we're showing we're self valuing ourselves.
period.
We're letting people know that, okay, I deserve this. This is something that is made for me. It's something that's designed for me. It's something that's going to benefit me. So I'm going to ask for it and not feel any kind of way about it.
Period. Can we
Hallelujah.
rate this show a little rated R? Because this is where I'm gonna go real quick. Some of y'all ain't sexually satisfied
Mm, come on.
because you don't ask for what you want. You're sexually
Mm,
frustrated. You see me
mm.
pull them glasses up a little bit.
Right,
Peace,
right.
G. That's my baby that sexually
Hey,
satisfied. I
G.
want to tell nobody that. G, shh. But guess what? I get what I want. Because as a man, as a woman, even sexually, you're supposed to know what you need. You're supposed to know what you want so that
Right.
you're not sitting on Facebook groups talking about this person is so amazing and it's so fun. I have these good times, but he can't make me climax. Well, if he's amazing or she's amazing in those spaces,
Right.
then I bet you can not just mold them because we don't change people. But when you tell somebody, I need this particular thing, I need you to touch me here, I need you to blow there, I need you to kiss here, those people are more willing. And y'all too scared to ask for the fuck what you want. You too scared to ask for it. They're gonna block me from YouTube. Kim, I'm sorry if
No, they're not. No, they're
okay.
not.
But there be some nasty stuff on YouTube. So if they block me, I'm gonna be like,
We went rated all on that, but it's so true. We have
it's the
to
truth.
ask for what
But what
we want.
you want.
All right. All right. All
We
right.
can
What's
move
up?
to the next topic
What's up
before I get
next?
real
Yes.
nasty and be able to tell you all about how to bend over. And go, Kim, go. Look, this is my next. This is my next. This is
I
so say
can't. I can't with you.
so
Y'all
say
say
no to request or demand you cannot meet. Hey, BB. Belinda's in the house. Hey,
Hey,
Breeze. That my sister, y'all. That my sister.
yes.
Oh Lord, I sent it to my mama too. She gonna hear about it. But should I talk to her like that anyway? She'd be like, Sheronda. Anyway, say no to requests or demands you cannot meet. And I'm gonna go into a little shadow work here. A little bit when we've had some trauma in our lives, sometimes you don't know you can say no. Sometimes you don't know because someone has taken advantage of you or you were forced into situations that you did not want to be in. So
Right.
you as an adult have not worked through the shadows of your childhood, your child self, to know that you can say no. So every time somebody asks you to do something, you be up there like, yes, okay, let me see how I can fit that in my schedule. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to work this out for you. And guess what? No is a statement with a period at the end.
Yes, it is.
You can say no, period. Simply because you can't, or guess what? Because you don't motherfucking want to. And when people are upset about that, that is no longer your problem. You have to know who you are, what you have going on in your life, and if you could actually meet the demands. There are so many people draining themselves
Mm-hmm.
simply because they're trying to overcompensate to make people like them or appreciate them or whatever it is in order to give them what they need. But sometimes, Lord, the first time my mama said no, I had a meltdown. I didn't know what to do. Yo, let me see something. I was about 22. Yeah, I was about 22. So that was about 23 years. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about how many years ago. But I was about 22. And I had a shoe fetish, Kim.
Yeah.
9 West clearance section used to be my joint. You hear me? 9
Okay.
West used to have the baddest shoes. And so I had a bad habit of going to the mall before paying, like, the rent was paid. That little light bill was like, hey. And I'd be like, wait, what? Wait, can we wait a minute? Because those shoes are so cute. And I'd buy the shoes. And I remember the first time and I hit my mom up, I was like, I can't pay my light bill. Can you help me? She was like, no,
Mm,
no. And I was
mm.
like, I can't believe my feelings hurt. She's not gonna help me. I'm her daughter. I'm her oldest daughter, and she's not gonna help me. But what it taught me to do was be accountable for
Yeah.
me and my needs. And that's when you say no to people, you're teaching them to be accountable for their needs. It's
Right.
not that you're breaking them, it's not that you're hurting them. And guess what? You sure as hell better not take it as hurt for yourself.
Mm.
Let
Okay.
them figure it out. Sometimes we can step in and help people. Don't get me wrong. But when you can't, say no. Go off, Kim.
Right. Just like you said, no, again, is a complete sentence. Okay. It should roll off your tongue because, of course, what happens when you can't meet that demand? Then what do you do? Now you're sitting there, now you have animosity towards people because you're like, dang, now I got to get up out this bed and I got to get up and do it. But you the one said yes. You did that. You did that. So don't sit there and complain, start dragging your feet and rolling your eyes and sucking your teeth. You're the one who said yes.
Yes.
And so what happens? And now you've got to try to figure out and juggle things and do. And now all of a sudden you've got an attitude. You've created this stigma. Or you've created this situation all by yourself.
By yourself.
Nobody had anything to do with that. Had you said no, you would have been able to go on about your business because we tend to think that, we expect people to rely so heavily on us that, oh, they're just not going to be able to do it if I don't say that I can help you. Trust and believe for every plan A, there's a plan B.
There's a plan
They're
B.
going to
They'll
figure it
figure
out.
it out.
They're going to figure it out. Okay. You hate to go all the way to this extreme, but what happens if I go out there and I get in an accident and I'm hurt and I'm laid up somewhere and I can't help them? Now what?
Now
They're
what?
gonna have to what? Figure it
Figure it
out.
out.
Okay. We can't be enablers. And sometimes we tend to do that too. We get on to being this enabler. Oh, they need me so much. But look at how much angst and how much anxiety it gives
Yeah.
you when you have to go out of your way to do something that you didn't want to do in the first place.
See?
You're harming yourself. Because now you said no to yourself. You said no to your sanity. You said no to your stress level. You're just like, I'm just gonna let it go ahead and be what it is. And that's
Yes,
not where we want to be. We
that's
want
not
to be
what.
able to say no because we are clear about what things we have to do. And just
Period.
like I was telling Sheronda earlier, everybody else's emergency is not my emergency. So I'm supposed to stop what I'm doing to do what you need done. No, I need to make sure that I have everything that I need
Come on,
to get done.
come on.
And so if I can't, I'm going to have to take. That's all. And Sharonda already knows. I'm trying to get a T-shirt made that said it's a hard no. It's not just a regular. Sometimes it's a hard no.
Hard.
It's just like no, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Yes,
That's a hard no. Just like we
yes.
tell people when they ask us for money, we be like,
Yep.
stay out of my purse. That's a hard no. It's a hard no. I don't have it.
I don't
And
have it.
I'm not going to put myself in a position where it's going to harm me if I say yes.
Yes.
So it's about that no. It's that hard no.
I'm
Okay.
developing a hard no because I swear if I got about $100,000, I probably only have 10 left. I'll be giving it out. I'm gonna have to develop a hard no.
No,
I'd be
no,
so pitiful. You have
no.
to teach me that one.
See how it just rolled off my tongue? No, no.
And
We're
what
not doing
happens is you become a literal crutch. You become a literal crutch. That's one thing I've learned. Even though it may not be financial that I can help everybody with, but people love my wisdom. People will be in my inbox day and night because they know Sharonda's got the answers. And I had to learn to stop responding to people because your emergency isn't mine.
That's
I had
right.
to stop just instantly. I'd be up in the middle of the night trying to help rescue people through stuff. And you ain't even went and paid for one damn session. You ain't paid for not one life coaching session. And now you need my rescuing.
Right.
Now you want me to help you. So now I've created myself to be a crutch over a leg that ain't even damn broken. You just twisted the motherfucker a little bit by stepping off a curb. And now you need my $150 worth of, per hour to help you get through something that if you just press into yourself all the information I've already given you. Now, if you pay me, I'm about to show up anytime you want. But and I show up for people during the times that I can, but I'm not waking up in the middle of the night. You're not calling me in the middle of the night, and I'm not
Right.
answering you immediately. If you won't
Right.
even invest that time to yourself, hey, my Ayana, hey,
Yeah.
my baby, y'all make sure y'all are clicking like, subscribe, and thank you for commenting. Keep commenting. This is how YouTube knows that we're here, and they'll send people out, send this video out to people who need this type of information. But yes, say no to, you have the right to say
Right.
no to requests or demands you cannot meet. Come on,
That's right.
Kim. You ready for the
That's
next
right.
one?
I'm ready for the next one. All right. The next one is express your feelings. Or let me stop there. You have the right to express your feelings, positive or negative. Okay. This one hits home for me because I had a situation that happened today. Shout out to my husband Jay, love him to pieces. Okay, but you're going to hear it, the positive and the negative, because people need to know where you are.
Or
They need to know what frame of mind are you in. And
mhm.
it doesn't mean that you have to say things. Things that are negative don't necessarily have to be said in a negative way.
Yep.
Okay. Something is bothering me. Okay, yes, it's bothering me, and I'm telling you that it's bothering me. It makes me feel this way when you do that. And I'm just letting you know, I'm putting you on alert that when you do this, it makes me feel like this. Okay?
Yes.
Or if I ask you to do something and I've asked you nicely and then you don't do it, okay? Then what it makes me feel is if you saying bump you, forget you. I don't care that you wanted this done. That's how it makes me feel.
Just help me.
That's how it makes me feel. And we don't want to get in the frame of mind of constantly always just expressing the things that make us angry or that we're fearful of or that makes us sad. What about those things that make us happy?
Come
We have
on.
to share that as well. My husband, like I said, shout out to him again. Baby, thank you. I have lights that needed to be changed in my car. He put them lights in. It's still like I'm driving by candlelight. Okay. However,
She said
How
she got me my
he put
Cadillac,
on
y'all.
it, baby. Okay, I already can't see at night. Already can't see at night. And then he put the lights in, and then so I need a whole casing over my lights on my car. But he put that in, and I told him, I said, baby, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you putting them lights in, even though I feel like I'm driving my candlelight. It's all right. He made an effort.
This nigga's a
Okay.
stagecoach in these streets.
Babe, don't start me. Don't stop teeing at me. Look, it made me feel some kind of way when you be laughing at me. Okay, but the bottom line
That's how G lights look. That's where G lights look
babe,
like. He's driving my Cadillac.
I need a whole
Put the
thing. I
brights on just so I can
see.
see.
Okay, but the bottom line is whatever it is, whatever emotion I'm feeling, I want to share both of them because then that way he gets to know more of what it is. How's he going to know what I need? How's he going to know what it is that I'm lacking, or what does he need to know that he needs to continue doing?
Yes.
That's going to help to strengthen the relationship, and that's with everybody. That's with everybody, not just with your personal relationships, but with your professional relationships as well.
Yep.
Sheronda knows what to say to me, and I know what to say to her, and to either encourage each other or to help in that correction.
Check each other. We check each other
Yes.
minute, feel no kind of
We
way
check
about it.
each
Or
other
when
all
we
the
do,
time.
we
It's
know
not
where it's
so-
coming from.
Right. But
I
it's
get to
coming
feel
from
some
a
kind of way when Kim says
good
something to me,
place.
and then I'd be like, but it's Kim. This edification. If
Right.
Kim's gonna say it, it's edifying me.
Yes.
Period.
That's it. And she knows she's gonna tell me too. And I'll be like, ooh, my bad.
Edification.
Okay. And hopefully I'm listening so that way I can take that information in so I don't keep doing the same thing over and over again.
All day. That's why we
All
love
day.
each other for how many? I don't want to talk about me years, but it's been there.
Yes.
It's
All right,
been
but
there.
tell us what are your thoughts on that, Sheronda?
Well, man, me and G went through this as well this week, and we did, and sometimes relationships aren't about perfection; they're about how much does the positive outweigh the negative, right? So there was just both of us did the same thing. He did it one day where he took his frustrations about a certain situation out on me, and I was like, "Who you talk to? You know me." But he came back and was like, I'm sorry for taking my frustrations out of you. And I had to do the same thing. I'm sorry for taking my frustrations. There's nothing wrong with being human. There's nothing. You are a human being. You're a spiritual being, having a human experience. So your spirit lives. But as a human, you feel these feelings of pride, empathy, hate, regret, happiness, anger, sadness, guilt, joy, faith. All these emotions show up in the human experience. But you should never, when you find love, you have the right to express yourself. True love allows you to experience positive and negative feelings. Do not be afraid to enter into a relationship because you're scared that if you say something, the person is going to break. Fuck them folks. Let me show you my shirt today, y'all. I don't know. I don't care. And I don't give a fuck.
Period.
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 I don't know. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Because truly, my truth gets to be mine. And guess what else? I honor yours. I honor Kim's. I honor G's, Lydia's, Carisha's, Veronica's, Ayana's, Gerald's, everybody who shows up in my life. Belinda, I show up in the experience of wanting you to have a truth that's yours, not mine.
Right.
I don't need your truth to be mine. So if something that I said hurt you, even though I didn't intend for it, I still get to honor your truth that I hurt you, and I'm sorry. That wasn't my intentions, but damn, something you've been through, something in your life's experience has caused what I said to hurt you. And so now I get to honor that fact. Now I get to say, damn, I'm sorry. And this is what I meant by that. But I promise you, I was not trying to hurt you, but how can I help? And that's what you have the right to say. I feel you make me feel so motherfucking good.
Okay.
and you make me hurt. And that's just part of your expression.
That's it.
And the people who
Uh-huh.
love you honor it day in and motherfucking day out.
That's it. Just like you said, it's a matter of expressing yourself in a way that, like I said, that you're responding and not reacting. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
As your toolbox essentialist, I'm gonna say that all the time. You're gonna hear that a lot.
Yes.
How are you responding as opposed to reacting to people who have
Yes.
either hurt you or done something to encourage or uplift you? We always want to make sure that we're responding and not reacting, that we're not reacting out of ignorance so that we're coming off like we're popping off on people and everything like that. Now,
Yeah.
like you said, we live in a human experience, so that's going to happen from time to time. But what
That's
we
right.
want to do, again, is get to that point of self-regulation.
Yes.
I can express
Oh,
my feelings in a way that's not going to harm myself or others, but it's going to get my point across that this is how I'm feeling.
yes.
And we have to be cognizant of that. And that's something that we have to work on. It's not something
Yeah.
that happens overnight, right?
And let me be
Um,
real with y'all. That's why shadow work is so important. We can move to the next slide in a second, Kim, real quick.
mhm.
But
Sure.
that's why shadow work is so important because most people are responding from a childlike nature. They're responding from the feeling that they had that they when they were a child and someone told them they weren't allowed to express themselves a certain way. So
Right.
most people are really expressing themselves from somebody saying you're a child, stay in a child's place. Or yeah, that might have hurt, but suck it up. Tough yourself out. And that's why relationships tend to be very hard because we haven't gotten past that childlike
Mhm.
response. But let's keep
Mhm.
moving. Y'all keep come on,
Okay.
keep
Yeah.
commenting, keep sharing, keep liking, keep do all that stuff. Let's go.
Yes. Ooh, this is a good one. You have the right to what?
Change your
Change
mind,
your mind.
motherfucker.
You have the right to change your mind. You know, and we have the right to do that because sometimes when we learn better, when they say, when you know better, you do better. So sometimes it may be that you felt a certain way about something and you've always followed that path. And then all of a sudden you found out different. You found out, oh, well, dang, you know what? I was wrong about that. I thought it was this way. And now I'm finding out that it's another way. So now I've changed my mind about that. I've changed my viewpoint on that. And
Yes.
you have the right to do that when you get more information. Sometimes you may say, oh, you know, I said that I was going to drive y'all to the game, but I didn't realize you was bringing 8 people with you. So now I can't do that. I changed my mind. I'm not gonna be able to do that. I know I told you I was gonna be able to do that, but then I realized I didn't have enough space. So I had to change my mind.
It's just my
And then people are gonna be like, well, dang, well, you said, yes, I know what I said, but then I learned different. I got a little bit more information, and so I changed my mind.
simple as that.
Sorry, it happens. And but then we feel like, oh my goodness, well, I told him I was going to be able to do that. Okay, well, something changed. So be honest with that person and yourself and tell them that
Yourself.
something changed. And so now I'm not going to be able to do what I said I was going to do. And if you've told them in ample enough time, okay.
I'll give you to him the last second, but anyway,
Yeah, but it happens.
it happened.
You have the right to change your mind. And people, yes, they say your word is bond and everything. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Until the circumstance changes.
My new word is bond. The fuck?
But that's it. You have the right to change your mind. It's okay. We don't always know the things that we know. And more information we get, the better the decision that we're making can be.
Yes.
Sometimes we do things, we say things, and then don't get all the information. So now we got to backpedal.
Because Kim, how many times will we have changed our mind about different events that
Whew.
us and the other speakers are the only ones in the room?
Only ones.
Us and the only authors, all the authors reading to each other.
Only one.
I ain't gonna call no
Yes.
names out though. You know.
We ain't gonna point no elbows, none of that. We're not gonna do any of that. We
But
just not.
straight up, a lot of y'all about to be changing your mind about y'all vote this past election. But you know what? Sorry, that's not what we're talking about. Y'all
Uh-oh,
know
hold
what
on a minute. Yeah. Oh
you
man, I
know
see my guys. I see the hey Linky. Girl, I
you,
ain't see up there.
you know what you did. Y'all know what you did. But yes, you have the right to change your mind at any given moment. You don't have to go down the aisle when you realize this is something I really don't want. You don't have to stay at that job. No, I ain't saying quit immediately. But when you start realizing it's not aligning with who you are, it's not aligning with your truth, it's not aligning with your values, when things start to change, we're talking about redefining authenticity on this channel.
Yes.
This podcast is about redefining authenticity, meaning sometimes it changes. Life circumstances changes what you believe. Life circumstances changes what you want, and you should be very unapologetic about any given moment that you have to change your mind about a certain situation. I thought I was in love, and I realized I'm not in love.
Mm.
I thought this business that I started was going to work. And I realized, at least in the capacity and how I started it, it's not going to work that particular way, but I'm about to change it because I changed my mind because this may not be how I want to show up right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have the absolute right to change your mind and don't let nobody make you feel like you can't. Now, there's appropriate ways to go about things. Put in a 2-week notice. Give somebody a heads. Okay, you know what? This collaboration that I have with you
Mm-hmm.
isn't working. Okay,
Right.
let's work this out for the next week or so, and then I need to make moves. You don't have to sit in your bed staying awake at night because you're no longer in love. You no
Right.
longer want this business partnership. You no longer want to go to this gym. Oh, y'all be doing those little things.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right. Because like
you
you
know,
said,
it just changes.
yeah. I was gonna say at the end of the day, it's about peace.
Peace. You
Change your
got to
mind so
have
you can have
your
peace of
peace.
mind.
A
Change
peace
your
of
mind.
mind. Laying
Yes.
down at night is about feeling authentic about you. But again, like I'm gonna tell y'all over and over again, I'll never stop saying, who do you say you are? If you don't have a clear definition about who you are and how you're going to show up in the world, you're going to change by every time the wind motherfucking blows. When the wind blows to the west, you go into the west. When the wind blows to the east, you're going to blow to the east simply because you haven't made a clear definition. Now, once you make a definition and the wind starts going to the east, when you know you want to go to the west, go west and be
Exactly.
unapologetic about it. But if something to the east is actually kind of interesting, and they may want to shift a belief that you held on to so hard, it's okay to say, you know what, I used to believe that.
Right.
I used to strongly believe I would never ever do this thing. I would never get married. I would never have children. Or I never want to be single. Whatever that never was. And all of a sudden you realize, hey, Tidra, all of a sudden you realize there's this moment like, wait a minute,
Mm-hmm.
I might want to try that now. You have the absolute right to change your mind.
Right. I was gonna say, Sharon, I wanted to share a quick story about
Let's
changing
go,
your mind
kids.
because you know that I been working on my I've been working on my doctorate. Went through the
Yes.
entire program, people went through the entire program, wrote 2 chapters of my dissertation, and then left the program. Okay, y'all gonna be like, "What? You was right there." Yes, I was. But guess what? I was spending so much time in my doggone office with the door closed, alienating myself from my family, stressing out over my topic. Things started shifting. I wasn't getting the information that I needed. I wasn't getting the support from my chair. All kinds of things were happening. And the next thing you know, I dropped out of the program. And everybody was like, "Oh, well, dang, Kim, you was almost there." Well, you know what? The bill is still coming, but guess what? If you got 5 on it, go ahead and put it in. Let me give you my cash app. So when the bill start coming, you can go ahead and forget because I don't know if it's going to be forgiven. Okay, but I changed my mind
I
because
changed my mind.
I felt that my relationship with my family
Come on.
and the things that I was doing independent of this degree were more beneficial than me getting the actual degree. It was
Come on.
not going to do the things. It was not going to serve me in the capacity that I thought it was going to serve me in. And so I changed my mind. So at the end of the day, when I roll over in the morning, yes, I see Mr. Raymond, but it's just me. I don't see none of y'all there.
She roll over
So
and booty in the
whatever,
air, y'all.
so
Booty in the air.
whatever decision I make, that's on me. And as long as you're willing to live with that decision, you're gonna see I sleep soundly every night. And every time the little bill come for that school, I just sit it to the side and go ahead and make note of it. And then I go on about my life.
Business.
But I'm sleeping soundly because that's not my whole. Yeah, I made that decision. I'm comfortable with that decision, and I'm the one who's going to have to sit with it. At the end of the day, it's going to be on me. So
Period.
as long as you're comfortable with the decision that you've made, sleep with it, be with it, and don't let it take over. You know
Come
what I'm
on.
saying? You have the right to change your mind. We ready to move on?
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right.
You have the right to make mistakes and
Mm,
not have to be perfect. It says we are not perfect. It's okay to make mistakes and learn from it. Let me tell you, your greatness lies in your mistakes. That's one of the biggest things I've learned as an entrepreneur. My mistakes make me money. Let me
okay.
tell you something. It's my fuck ups that make me money. It's my fuck ups that make me the most money. Straight up. I make more money by making a mistake and perfecting. Let me figure out what I did wrong in this space so I can make it better next time I come out with it. Next time around, I'm going to do something different because I learned from me and what I did. But guess what? If you don't step that big toe out into the water, you don't even know what it feels like.
That's
You don't
right.
even know if it feels like it's going to be a mistake. You don't know if it feels like it's going to be wrong. You don't even know if you can make a new decision. You don't know if you need to turn left or right simply because you didn't even try. Most people don't even try. And that's why, because they're scared of mistakes. And that's why there's something birthing in every person who eyes will lay on this podcast, this show right here. There's something in your belly that needs to give birth. But I could tell you about 90% of y'all will never do it because you're scared you're going to mess up.
Mm,
You're scared something's going to be wrong. You're scared somebody's going to, they are going to, let me tell you, they're judging you before you even get up there and try to do it.
that's right.
They got something to say about your hair, eyes, nose, teeth, all that. They got something to say about every move you make. Just go ahead and assume somebody's going to judge you. Excuse me. But also assume that there are people supporting you silently.
That's right.
They are cheering you on. The ancestors, the angels, the archangels, you have seen and unseen support that are cheering you on, that are telling you, take the first step. Don't be afraid to date. So what if it don't work? Bye next.
That's right.
So what if that first business idea didn't take flight? Bye next. Or you can incorporate what you thought you was about to do into this new thing you're about to do, and yay, that worked better.
Right.
This time I'm doing something different. This time I was able to use some information I got from the mistake, and now I get to perfect it. It'll never be perfect, my babies.
Right.
It'll
Right.
never be perfect, but it will be a step forward into what you say you want for your life.
Right. Right. I love this thing, the banner there, because it says, like you said, we are not perfect and it's okay to make mistakes. And then in very small print, it says, and learn from it. Just like you said, we have to learn from it. Whenever we do anything, whenever there's a mistake, a misstep, the biggest thing is being the big enough person to admit that you made a mistake. You know, and that's also that's a part of being in that love affair with ourselves, to be able to know ourselves enough to say, oh, I made a mistake, and be like, oh, you know what, Sheronda, I made a mistake, girl, I told you this, and I was supposed to do that, or we said we were going to do this and that. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yes.
And now I'm going to go about about seeing what I can do to make an improvement on that.
Yes.
Okay. Now I brought awareness to something that I made a mistake about. And now moving forward, I'm going to be a little more careful. But it's also good, like you said, in business to make mistakes. I'd rather make those mistakes while my business is small and perfect
Yes.
those things so that way when things blow up, I can be like, oh, I've been there before. I've seen this before. I know what to do when this happens.
I know the
I'd
whole.
rather go ahead and correct the mistake when there's a few than when there are many.
Yes.
Okay. Where I'd rather make a mistake in front of 10 people than in front of 10,000 people. Okay. But even if it happens then, people have so much respect for you when
Yes.
you can own your mistakes
Yes.
and when you go about doing something about it.
Yes.
Besides just saying, my bad. Okay, well, what are you going to do about it to mend that relationship? What are you going to do about it? That's part of customer service. Being able to say, oh, you know what? I made a mistake. Oh, I forgot to add a certain cost in here. I forgot to do this or that. You're not going to make that mistake again.
Bet you won't do it again.
Okay. Because you're going to realize, oh, hey, I did something. Now I need to take a step back. What do I need to do? What have I learned from this? And how am I going to go about doing that? That's right, Gizzy. Snap, snap, snap. Okay.
Yes.
Three snaps around.
Yep.
If we make a mistake, we want to make sure that, we go about learning from it. And again, we're not perfect. I'm
Yep.
not going to beat myself up over it.
Nope. Dang,
Human
Kim, this time is flying by. We got to keep
Yes, it
going.
is, honey. It is. We rocking out. Okay, the next thing is follow your own values and standards. Okay? We're so conditioned to do things that we see society doing and taking that as a value, even though we know in our heart of hearts that that's not something that we would do. They always talk about we sheeple. You
Yeah.
know, we gonna follow. I think about the fight of the wildebeest, honey. They just go and jump over the cliff, and all the wildebeest just go jumping over the cliff with the other one. And I'm just sitting there like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm gonna be that one like, wait a minute. That look like it's far down there. Hold up a minute. Why am I going that way? I'm not going to just do things because I see other people doing it. I know I'm supposed to be to work at 8:30 and I see people strolling there at 9:30, 10 o'clock. But just because I see other people doing it,
Come
I'm
on.
not going to do it just because I see them doing it. I'm going to be that person of integrity that says, I don't give a damn if I'm the only person that's there. Many a days I've gone into my office and opened the building and set the alarm because nobody was there and everybody was supposed to be there.
See?
But I'm not going to compromise my integrity or my ethics or my principles about how I'm living my life just so that I can go along with the crowd.
Yep.
How am I going to be that trailblazer? If everybody went along with the crowd and did what everybody else was doing, we wouldn't have these trailblazers who did things better and different than the person before them because they saw that, hey, I can do a little better. I can do a little bit more.
Yes.
So I realize that there's something that I can do. I'm going to do things according to my values and my standards, and I'm going to stand on that. And if that means I have to stand by myself, I'm going to stand by myself.
10
And let
toes.
everybody else go over there and do that. Okay.
10 toes.
I don't have to go down with the ship. I'm gonna get in the boat and be over here. It's like somebody got to be a witness.
Two of the major things I teach my boys is integrity and accountability.
Yes.
Those are the two major things I teach my 5-year-old and my 11-year-old. Integrity and accountability. Number one, you have to do the right thing even when nobody's watching. That's integrity. Integrity is, and whatever right is what you know to be right, is what we do in our household, what your mother has taught you, and you know it's the thing you ain't got to hide. When you find yourselves trying to hide stuff, you're probably not operating a very high level of integrity. When you feel shame about something you're doing, check yourself. You want to hide some candy in your room. Now I got to find rappers all over the dang on place. Were you supposed to do that? Were you doing the right thing even though I wasn't watching? And that's as grown folks. When you're sleeping with that person and you got to sneak and do it, wait. I did it before too. I'm not judging nobody. So all I'm saying is I'm not, wait. I had to...
Closet full of skeletons.
A whole the skeletons are roaming all around this motherfucker now. They don't even care. We don't care. All the skeletons and everything. But I had to be, again, accountable.
Yes.
What is my truth? Because I ain't gonna lie to myself. If I had to lie to myself, then I gotta lie to y'all. Come on, Carisha. I gotta lie to everybody else. I don't have time to be keeping up with those dang on lies for the rest of y'all to make you think that I am something that I'm not. My truth is my truth. I ain't embarrassed about very little shit. Am I very embarrassed about? Very little. Because I take accountability for the stuff I've done and not do it again.
Right.
When I started realizing the things that I did to hurt other people, then I stopped. It felt good at the time, but then I stopped. I'm just saying, Kim.
the bottom line is you stand, stand on it.
She's helping me out.
Look, I'm reeling her back in because yes.
Because no, that's about it. But I have to touch that part of people when I
do.
discuss myself, and I do. I know I be silly sometimes, but it's touching that part of people that knows. You know,
That's right.
the very thing you're doing could hurt somebody else,
That's right.
and you're trying to hide and do it. It's just what it is. It's not about judgment. It's just eventually, it's just that thing that's going to eventually make you feel not authentic to who you are.
That's it.
Unless you're authentically that person. And listen, during those times, that was authentically me. And so I was very unapologetic in those moments. But the moment that I wanted to be more, the more that I wanted to have more integrity, the more I wanted to have more values and ethics and principles and accountability for myself, my truth changed. So I'm very unapologetic about those. Shit. I wish y'all would try to judge me about, pull it out. I'm be like, I might tell you about the story about one of them times when my feet was hanging from my toes on the ceiling fan and shit. You know, I might tell the full story because I ain't got no shame about that shit. I don't. But guess who you gonna call Sheronda out today, November 17, 2024, about somebody who operates in the level what Kim said, following my own values and standards for today. You called me 10 years ago, it's gonna look different. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry that I'm not sorry. G said preach.
Yes, she did. I'm like, I know that's right. I know that's right, Gizzy. Just like she said, yeah, that's right. There's nobody around. Nobody likes me because you stand on your ish.
And that's when you will not be liked when you stand 10 toes down. A lot of times, you're gonna be very alone. It's gonna be very lonely because let me tell you why. Can I say this real quick and you go on, Kim?
Yes, ma'am.
The reason why people don't like people who stand on truth because you become a mirror. You become a mirror. The very thing that they don't want to look at themselves about.
That's right.
Is how you showing up.
That's right.
I don't even want to see. I know I'm doing something that I don't even really like to talk about. So when you start being like, yes, this is fully who I am, people are like, that bitch is crazy. Was I supposed to say bitch on YouTube? I guess they'll let me.
That's right. 10 toes down, baby. Just like you said, 10 toes down. You standing on business. You're standing on your core values. And you have to, and that comes from believing. You have to know what you believe. You have to be able to articulate why it is that you're standing on those values. Because when you don't, that's where the confusion comes in. The confusion comes in when you don't know why you stand on, why you don't believe what you believe. I learned that in ministry when I became a minister. You know, why do I believe what I believe?
Why?
Not just because somebody told me or because that's what my grandmama used to say or that's what so-and-so used to say. I'm standing on it because I know it for myself.
For myself.
That's when you're standing on your valuing your standards because you know what they are and you believe it and you can articulate why it is that you believe what you believe.
Come on, y'all better be sharing this some good stuff. Go on, Kim.
Let me move on. All right, you up next, honey. What's next?
Come on. You have the right. Hello. You have the right to expect honesty from others. Honesty is a very expensive gift.
Very.
Don't expect it from cheap people.
I love that.
There's only so much room you could give people who can't be honest with you. It's okay. When you're brand new to, I even give it 2 to 3 full years. And I know that probably sounds like a long time to a lot of people when you're developing a relationship. But this is a development. That when you're talking to someone and they're doing things and saying certain things that aren't quite, you be like, you call them out on it. And if they could pull up and finally be like, you know what, you're right. I wasn't doing this right, or I wasn't doing that thing. That's your person. Your person ain't the one who's gonna be flat out honest at the beginning. We all have some kind of perception of who we think we are. We show up like that person, and we do the what the most cute little things, and I'm buying you stuff, and let's go out to dinner and all that shit at the beginning. But then over time, that stuff wears off, and if people want to go to bed, and I want to be naked, and I don't want you to touch me, or I want to be naked, and I want you. It's what it is. It's just what it is. However, there should be a level of expectation that you're going to be honest with me.
Right.
Just be honest with me. Be truthful. Because if I'm going to live in my most authentic self, being authentic is not being perfect. Being authentic is being, uh, what's the word I'm looking for, Kim? Not spiritually naked.
Mm-hmm.
Being authentic means I may not always do the right thing, but when I stand up, I can say I didn't do the right thing. And that's what authenticity and honesty
Yeah.
means. It means I
Yeah.
didn't make the best decision in that moment. I went and bought them shoes that, you know, I know we didn't really have the money, but baby, I'm gonna go work overtime and I'm gonna figure out how to make this back because I need it. It's just about being truthful and
Yeah.
showing up, and that person coming and being truthful. Honesty doesn't have to hurt either. Some
Yeah.
people think they're so straightforward and from the hip that they will break you with so-called being honest. But
Right.
your truth is your truth, and their truth is their truth, and you get to decide in that moment: do I want to be with this person in
Right.
all of what they tell me and how they show up in the world? Go ahead, Kim.
Right. I love that. And the whole point of it is that when you're talking about honesty, like you said, it's something that is reciprocated. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be
The
as honest as I
representative,
can be.
yes,
Okay. And I see that, yes, Veronica, the representative. I hear you, Veronica. Exactly. The whole point of it is that I'm going to be honest with you. And my expectation is that you're going to be honest with me, you know, and you know, just like they say, what happens in the darkness comes to light. So even if you're not being honest, it's going to come out. But I'm going to operate and I'm going to handle you in a way that shows you that I believe what it is that you're telling me until proven otherwise.
they're proven otherwise.
Okay? If I see you creeping or I see you doing things that look a little suspect, I'm going to ask you about it.
Yep,
And if you tell me no, that's not what it is, then I'm going to trust that.
yep,
And then that's where I'm going to have to start making those decisions. What's something that I'm not willing to tolerate? What is something that I'm not willing to say I'm okay with that? You know? So it's going to be about if the person tells me that, I'm going to give them that grace. I'm going to extend them that grace that what they're telling me is so. Like I said, until proven otherwise.
yes,
But my expectation is going to be that you came to me, that you were being honest with me. And then if I find out that you're not, then it's like, okay, now it's on. Now I'm going to have to make some decisions. Now we're going to have some hard conversations. And now we're going to see what's going to happen from here. That's in my career. That's anything else like that. Because there's going to be consequences when people are not being honest and forthright because you're
ooh,
operating based on what that person is telling you. And so now I'm operating out of what you told me. And so now if what you've told me is not like there's consequences that come with that.
yep,
So now if there's consequences that are coming with that, now I'm looking like, okay, now, all right, we've got to figure out where we're going from here.
yep,
That should be the expectation. Okay.
absolutely.
That should definitely be the expectation. Make sure that people are doing that. I love that it says don't expect it from cheap people. Because people
Ooh,
are real stingy with their honesty. They real quick to be telling you something that's not so.
that's how y'all get caught up with these goddamn sorry, narcissists.
Oh, yes.
That's how you get caught with a narcissist. They're very rarely honest. Very, very, very rarely are they honest, and they're cheap. And they're trying to sell you a story. They're trying to sell you a lie, and you buy it
That's
on
it.
the auction block. But yes, this was an excellent show, Kim. Man, we didn't even get through all the slides for this one, but there's a part two,
There's a part 3. This is a
and there's a
3-part series, y'all.
this
We're
is the
going to
3-part one. This is the 3-part one.
3 parts, 3 parts.
So
And
we're
we're going
gonna come
to
back then. Come on, Cam. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about more things that we have a right to. So like I said, we're just scratching the surface on this, just talking about things like this. It's all about getting those tools, like I said, that we need to be the best versions of ourselves.
Yes.
And all these things, like you said, like we said, talking about honesty and talking about saying no and all of these things. Those are the things that we need to tap into, and we need to ask ourselves: are we living that?
Yes.
Are we, giving ourselves the right to embrace any of these things? So,
Yes.
be thinking about that. Let's give them a little homework assignment, Sheronda, on that
Let's go. So, homework. Share this with your little girl crew, your guy crew, the ones of y'all who are doing the growth work. That's the homework for real, for real. Share this with your people so that y'all can have these stimulating conversations with each other. Then you can come back next week and bring more people so that y'all can continue the growth process. Because the point of this podcast is to redefine truth, redefine authenticity, to get a clear vision about what you want for your life, to gain the essential tools so that you can do the life that you said you want, not the one we're calling to, because I can't call you to no damn life. Hell, I'm struggling to call myself to a damn life. So I'm not trying to call you to one myself, but I'm going to call you. Let me tell you what I'm good at as a life coach. I call you to the one you said you want. I bang hard and calling you to the life that you said 10 toes down you want. And then guess what? When you change your mind, I'm there for you too, because you have
That's
that
right.
right. You have
That's
that
right.
right. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for joining us tonight. Make sure you share, come back and listen, click like, click subscribe, share on your platforms. Let people know what's going down over here, redefining authenticity. Make sure you're following us. That little, what's the thing at the bottom called, Kim, that's going
Yes,
through
the
the
little marquee that's going along the bottom
at the
there. Please
bottom.
like, follow, share,
Both
subscribe.
pages. Make sure you following Kim. Make sure you following me on our YouTube
Thank you,
pages. Thank
Carisha.
you, Carisha. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We love you. We adore you. Visit our website. And guess what? We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Peace.
Peace, y'all.